Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Welcome back to Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. Last time here in Dewford Town, we took on Brawly of the Dewford Town gym here and managed to knock him out, claiming our second gym badge, the Knuckle Badge. And today, we're gonna go ahead and head north. Wow, can I speak? We're gonna go ahead and head north onto Route 106 here to head towards Granite Cave, which is over here. But first of all, we've got a couple of trainers to battle, and we definitely want to do this because we're close to leveling up some Pokemon and getting some more Pokemon for our Hoenn. And there are going to be a lot of Pokemon to go through when we hit into this cave here. But yeah, there are actually wild Pokemon you can find on Route 106. However, I haven't got them up, or I haven't discussed them yet. Oh, that might damage quite a bit. No, never mind. It's fine. Yeah, I haven't got them up on the screen. I haven't talked about them through just yet because we haven't actually got the ability to catch them at this present moment. Okay, this Tentacool could be a bit annoying to take out, but it should be fine. We should get a decent chunk of XP from it as well to help us level all our Pokemon up. It's actually not doing too much damage to us, which is fine. Okay, one more Mega Drain should be good enough. At least this Tentacool doesn't have Liquid Ooze. I should really get Zingo back in the party with us to try and take down some other Pokemon, because I'm fairly sure he's going to be quite underleveled at this point. But hey, that's what we got the EXP share for. And sweet, Elastigirl leveled up to 19 as well. Awesome. Poison Powder, no thank you. Yeah, we'll give up. Oh, that was a yawn, excuse me. And that was Fisherman Ned. Okay, that was a lot easier than I thought. Alright, one more trainer I think, although I am going to check around the back of Granite Cave, because you see all those trainers swimming there, we can't really battle them just yet. I'm going to check around the back. Oh, there is another fisherman here, but also an item, a protein. Cool, so this is a item you can give to a Pokemon to raise their EVs. So I think I've talked about those before. Basically, at level 100, every 4 EV, which stands for effort value, equates to 1 stat point. So 4 attack EVs at level 100 gives it an additional 1 attack point. So it's actually a very powerful tool to train Pokemon up with. You can have 510 EVs on a Pokemon in total, 248 in any specific stat. Used to be 250, but they kind of lowered it to 248 because they realized that you can't actually use 2 of those if you put it at 250. Or was it 260? No, I'm pretty sure it's 250. And was it 510 total? I'm pretty sure it's 510. I may have got that the wrong way around. I'm pretty sure it's 510 EV stats in total. And instead of 248, it's 256? Or 258. No, I think it's 256 in any one given stat. I can't remember off the top of my head, which I really should do, because I used to do EV training so much when I was into competitive battling, and I can't remember anymore. And I did competitive battling in X and Y, so it's not that long ago either. That's bad that I can't remember that. Oh well. Let's take out this other Tentacool, and hopefully at least the 2 Bug-type Pokemon, Pudoxica and Vibtante, are close to leveling up, because once they do level up, they'll get to level 10. No, we didn't. Okay, one more trainer to beat though. Yeah, they'll get to level 10 and they'll evolve, and we can move on to training up some more Pokemon. Oh, they did level up. I wasn't looking when it happened. So Vibtante here, our Silcoon, will evolve into the incredibly beautiful and prettiful Beautifly. Okay, and Vibtante learnt Gust. Cool. Okay, and then we should also have Pudoxica, because they both caught at the same level, so they should both level up at the same time, and yes, good. Pudoxica here will evolve into the quite weird looking, but in my eyes, type-wise, a lot better than Beautifly. Dustox. Okay, I'm probably going to learn some type of poison move. I don't know, what's it going to learn? Gust as well. Okay, good to know. Sweet, but let's head back to Dewford Town and switch these Pokemon back in really quick. I know we're 5 minutes into the episode, but don't worry, we will get Granite Cave all done with. There's a lot of Pokemon to catch there. Don't worry, I will not be catching them all on screen, but I will be hopefully going through all of them. Yeah, there's like 4 new Pokemon to go over, And I've only got like 10 minutes left of the episode, so fingers crossed I can go over them quickly. Okay, let's get rid of Beautifly and Pedoxica. And who should we bring in now? Surskit level 11. We could bring in the Slack-Offs. I kind of want to bring in Magica up because it will level up really quick. And probably Nincada as well, because we can get 2 Pokemon out of our Hoendex from that. So yeah, if you saw the end slate of last episode, you'll see that I also included a Court and Scene counter for the Hoendex as well. So, one more trainer over here, let's battle them. I was born in a village far from the sea, so I've always dreamed of coming to Hoenn. A village far from the sea. Huh, I don't know what he's referencing there. Maybe he'll tell us at the end. Oh, it's only a Slack-Off. Should be able to Drain Punch that. It's so funny how they land on their feet and then just slough to the floor. I guess that's why they're sloths. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Well, good to know that one of the slowest Pokemon in the game is stunned. Well, I don't think... No, they're not actually that slow. But it's paralyzed. That's great. One of the worst moving Pokemon, I guess. I mean, they move every other turn. So paralyzed means they move like every 4 turns. Oh my goodness, that's brutal. Okay, Slack-Off is down. Maybe we get a good chunk of XP from it. Maybe not. Okay, Backpacker Graham is down. I grew up with Raging Seas, didn't you? Wait, so he didn't want to come to the sea. Where did you grow up from? Even the salty smell of the sea is fresh to me. I'm really glad I made this trip. I still want to make more memories on this trip, so battle me again. Okay, we probably will. So yeah, here we have the Granite Cave. And like I said, there's... Oh, is there a hidden item in this rock? No. There's a couple of Pokemon we can find here. First of all, you. Hey you, it gets awfully dark ahead. It'll be tough trying to explore. Well, for us hikers, helping out those we meet is our motto. Here, I'll give you... I'll pass this to you. I don't know why I said give. So he'll give us TM70 Flash, which will light up dark areas, and we can't even use it just yet, because in order to get up this slope here, we need an item which we have not got yet. I won't get it for a while. Anyway, here's our first wild Pokemon of Granite Cave, and it is a Makuhita, as we saw from Brawly. So you have a 40% chance to encounter these, and Makuhita is a bit of an oddball. It differs to the majority of fighting types as it's less of a glass cannon and a lot more tanky. I mean, actually we did quite well to knock it down to red health there. It's got a lot more hit points to bulk it up and still has the typically high attack stat you'd expect from a fighting type. Evolves at level 24 to Hariyama, where all of its stats doubles, which is incredibly nice. Now let's think, what am I going to catch it in? Probably just a Pokeball here. You won't be outspeeding anything unless you use it on like a Trick Room team, and its abilities aren't much to shout about compared to other fighting types, but Hariyama is still one of those cool standout Generation 3 Pokemon for me. An interesting tidbit, Hariyama is apparently slightly easier to catch compared to Makuhita if you go by the in-game catch rate. So, what does the Pokedex have to say about Makuhita? Let's take a look. Time to encounter. Oh yeah, because we encountered one with Brawly. Makuhita has a tireless spirit. It will never give up hope. It eats lots of food, gets plenty of sleep, and trains very rigorously. By living in that way, this Pokemon packs its body with energy. I originally planned on actually using a Makuhita in my team, but I decided against it. I'm not sure why, actually. I just don't think it fit in with the team. I think I had too many like physical attackers, so I'm going to call this guy Tenacious. Yeah, I think I already had enough physical attackers, so I was just like, I'll pass on it. But yeah, Makuhita is a cool Pokemon. Anyway, in this room here, we shall find Steven. Although he's going to be showing us a little bit of a history lesson here with his flashlight. And then suddenly it's all lit up anyway. Oh, it's making me walk on its own. I was going to walk anyway. So in the ancient world, their primal forms once held this much power. The super ancient Pokemon. What terrible strength. But this appearance here, it seems to somehow differ from Mega Evolution. It seems my questions will not be answered today. Blink. You are? Ah, I see. It's a pleasure, Dazza. My apologies, my name is Steven. I'm interested in rare stones, so I travelled here and there. Today my journey brought me here, but what about you? Oh, a letter for me? Dazza gave Steven the letter which had been entrusted with him. Why, thank you. It must have been some trouble to track me down. I suppose I must repay you in some way. Let me see. I will give you this TM. Please, accept it. It contains my favorite move, Steel Wing. Aha, so Steel Wing is an awesome steel type move that does pretty much decent damage, and it's pretty reliable too. If you don't mind me asking, do you feel anything in particular when you look up at this wall? A primal world, lost thousands of years in the past. A legendary Pokemon of tremendous power became humanity's greatest threat. The terror aroused by that power is clear to see in this ancient artwork. Yes, but not all power is terrible. Your Pokemon are clearly quite capable as well. Looking at you all together, I think you have I think that you have in you what it takes to become a Pokemon League champion, as long as you keep training, that is. What makes you so sure? Good luck to you. I must be going now. So there's actually no wild Pokemon in this room. You can tell because if you click on the Dex nav here, just a Granite Cave, there's no like background information. But here back in the main room of Granite Cave, we shall hunt for some more Pokemon and see if we find any. And if we don't, then I'll just talk about some anyway. In fact, I'm just going to start talking anyway. So as well as Makuhita, let's see if we find one. If it's going to be one of the rarer ones or not. Ah, there we go. Yeah, I was going to say, as well as a Makuhita, we have a 40% chance here of finding a Zubat. Now, for me, I feel like Zubat is a case where I think people disregard it because it's too common. I mean, how often do you find a Zubat in a cave and run away from it? However, it learns Wing Attack at level 13, and once it does, it's a really solid team member. I'm actually having troubles taking this one down. I mean, it's pretty close to learning Wing Attack here, actually finding it at level 11. Actually, thinking about it, if you don't have a flying type Pokemon, you can come. I don't actually have anything to take it out with. Okay, let's just keep hitting. Let's Stun Spore. Yeah, thinking about it, if you don't have any flying type Pokemon when you get to Dewford Town, you can come over here and pick one up before fighting Brawly if you need a flying type. Did I miss Stun Spore? Yes, I did. Zubat evolves quite early on at level 22. It gains some bulk and speed, and once fully evolved, it becomes ridiculously fast. Not as fast as Ninjask, but it has way more potential in terms of moves and typings. The only hurdle you really have is evolving Golbat to Crobat. It evolves through happiness, so that's like walking with it, winning battles, and leveling it up to increase happiness. There are other ways to increase happiness, but they aren't available to us just yet. I'll point them out when they are. Other than that, it's a pretty neat Pokemon, cool design too, and yeah, I would recommend it. Okay, I'm actually going to try and catch this guy at quite low health, or quite high health, because he's just draining my life. I'm just draining his. It's going to take forever. I've stunned him. It should be good to go. Yeah, I'm just going to give it a go here and see what happens. So the other two Pokemon you can find here in Granite Cave, they're kind of rare and kind of a pain to catch. You have a 15% chance of catching Abra, the Psychic type. Oh, with its magical growing brown t-shirt, you'll see what I mean. It actually turns out to be one of the best special attackers in Pokemon history, and you can get it fully evolved by level 16. That's not very far off from where it is now. And by the way, I'm calling this Zubat another one, because you always find them. Let's see what the Pokedex has to say about it. Zubat avoids sunlight because exposure can cause it to become unhealthy. During the daytime, it stays in caves or under the eaves of old houses, sleeping while it hangs upside down. Yes. Okay, another one. Like that. What else can I say about Abra? Yeah, the only problem you have is catching and raising it. It only learns Teleport by default, so unless you block it from teleporting or catching it first ball, you're going to have to look for another one. And because it only learns Teleport through leveling up, chances are you have no TMs to use on it, even though Abra has an insanely high 105 base special attack stat. It means it's even tougher to level up. Thankfully, we get EXP share stupidly early in this game, so that helps, but you can also throw it out in the beginning of a battle, and then switch to Pokemon to have that Pokemon win. I'm actually going to throw another Pokeball here. Yeah, so you can switch Pokemon out and have that Pokemon win in order to split the XP up. Once you get it to level 16 and it evolves into Kadabra and finally gets some good offensive moves, the only downside is you need to trade Kadabra for it to evolve into Alakazam. But in a time where like you have friends over the internet and stuff, you can trade back through Wi-Fi to evolve it, so it's no big deal. What's great is that usually when you evolve a Pokemon, they tend to learn the save moves at a much higher level, but Alakazam learns the exact same moves as Kadabra at the exact same level, so there's really no downside to evolving it at level 16 if you can. And you have a base 135 special attack psychic type with 2, maybe 3 gym badges if it takes you that long to level it up to level 16. So yeah, Alakazam, if you're looking for a solid psychic type, would definitely recommend. There's some good Pokemon here in Granite Cave. Okay, there's the other Zubat. Took like 3 Pokeballs to catch that. Sweet though, we got another one. And this one, I'm going to be calling Gobby. Gobby. There we go. Okay, so there's only one more Pokemon. Hopefully we can come across it as our next encounter. If not, that's fine. I'm going to try getting it. Oh, actually, you can see the shadow of it on the dex nav there, but it's quite rare, and you do have access to catching it later on in the game, but again, it's quite rare. No, it's another Zubat. So I'll just tell you what the other Pokemon is, because you can see it on the encounters at the bottom of the screen anyway. It is a Geodude. You have just a 5% chance of finding a Geodude here. Your typical rock ground type with 2 quad weaknesses. Rock types are typically really physically defensive, and the Geodude family is no exception. Evolving at level 25 into Graveler, it gets a little more offensive capabilities, and when you trade it with a friend, it will evolve into a Golem. I used to really like Golem actually. It was one of those standout Generation 1 Pokemon that I always wanted to use in Red and Blue. Sadly, its typing stinks. 4 times weak to grass and water are and water and grass, the problem with those are they're such predominantly special attack Pokemon, or special attack moves, when you already have kind of poor special defense on Golem, Geodude family, or whatever. It's not a good sign, and of course it's slow too. But you know me, I like to find the diamond in the rough where I can, and Golem has decent attacking capabilities. If you want to use it and feel like it's not going to get obliterated, in a double battle, using the ability Sturdy to prevent yourself from being taken out by an opponent in a single hit, you have the option to use Explosion. I mean, if you're already down to 1 hit point anyway, why not try to Kamikaze to wipe out the entire playing field, right? So that is Golem. Definitely not one of the greatest rock ground types, but definitely a good choice if you want to use one, I guess. You have options. That's the thing with Pokemon, you always have options. Okay, and this X-Wing here will eventually turn out to be our Crobat. So that is going to do it for today, guys. Thank you all very much for watching this episode of Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. Join me next time when we're going to head back to Dewford Town, although for now I'm going to have to see if I can find the rest of these Pokemon here. It might take me a while, especially if I'm going to keep running into Zubat. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye bye.